One day, my friends. One day. What's up, guys? It's Jaded, and I edited that little bit together with an image from Ink Gamers. They put up this big ol' photo of the login screen leak. I believe this had been shown off before in some like Chinese site leaks that had been going on, but this one's much higher quality, much higher res, and I'll link it below if you want to check it out. So kicking things off here, we have some blue posts of note. The first one, this guy's asking sort of how the XP works, if players could get faster XP than one another, or, well, if by using equipment could you gain XP faster. And Zarhim responded with some information here. Basically, as long as you stick together, your XP is going to be exactly the same. They had the idea of adding XP to items, but they don't think it really fits, so currently it's not in the game. He also confirms that there will be XP shrines, and everybody in the area will get it, so that's how shrines work if you didn't know. One guy just walks up to it, grabs it, and everybody in your party gets it. There's not going to be any rested XP of any kind, which is good, because really, why would you need that in a game like this? But another thing he talked about was if dying during a boss fight has any impact on your XP or the loot or whatever. And they basically designed it around the fact that it couldn't be used for low-level characters to sort of exploit the system of, you know, just run up to this boss and then you die, and then your friend who's way higher level just smashes it and loot drops for you, XP drops for you. So that's not how it's going to work. When you die during a boss fight, you're not going to get loot drops and you're not going to get XP. But this also led to something very interesting, which was them talking about resurrection again. We heard a little bit about this. I don't think it was ever like fully confirmed in the game. But as of now, rezzing your friends does exist in this game, and you can do it. It leads me to think of like how Left 4 Dead worked. That same sort of, okay, you're down and you need a buddy to come over and stand on top of you, click you, whatever, and then you'll get back up into the fight. So this is one thing that they're still testing and they're still kind of toying with and really working out, it seems like, because this could potentially be kind of a griefing thing among, you know, if you're in a public game and some guy walks up to you and just stares at your corpse, instead of you releasing and running back, you're going to sit there and wait for them to res you because this mechanic's in the game. And so we're going to have to see how it plays out. Someone actually responded with another question. It's basically if he has a-hole friends or teammates, I guess you could say, in a public game. You know, basically what I just talked about. So like, say the boss is like a sliver of health left, and then you die. You don't get any loot for that. You don't get any XP for that. It's going to be a big bummer. But it's also, it's sort of a penalty if you think about it. It's sort of like a soft penalty for dying. And I don't think it's like really a bad thing. I really like it, actually. I think it adds like at least a little bit of something for the softcore players, so that you'll want to stay in the fight, you'll want to stay alive, and when you get really low HP, it's going to be, you know, a little bit of tension there. So what Zarhim basically says here is they're not going to get any additional rewards or loot, so basically they're not going to get more XP if you die, or they're not going to, you know, there's no like really mechanic there to exploit. You know, I can see potential disputes going on among friends even with this, because, you know, you're going to have that one friend who dies right before the boss dies, and then he's going to be yelling at you to res him, but the boss is like just about to die, and then like dots kill him, and then your friend gets pissed. I mean, it could lead to potential bad situations, but the way I see it, I actually like this sort of resurrection system. It stops that whole like going back to town and then running, you know, all the way back or whatever. That is if you can't click your friend's banner while he's in combat or something. Like, I don't exactly know how that works, and we're going to have to see when the beta hits. But it is a new system to Diablo, and one that I personally welcome. You know, thinking about it, a Left 4 Dead game with like loot and items, like a first-person co-op zombie game where you're getting loot and items, that could be pretty cool. Huh. Anyways, up next, this isn't Diablo related, a little bit. I mean, if you consider Torchlight it's the same genre. Where the F is Torchlight, and what are they doing? There's no like release date as far as I know. I mean, they just put up something on their main page about E3 responses. Like, what are they doing? Because in 2 months, they're going to become irrelevant for the most part. I mean, Diablo 3 is not going to be out yet, but they have like a very short span of when they're going to be, purchased, is what I'm trying to say. I know there's actually fans of Torchlight that don't like Diablo, which is kind of insane to me. Like, I don't really get it, but looking at their latest gameplay videos, I wasn't really impressed. Like, after watching a ton of Diablo 3 stuff for so long and then looking at Torchlight again recently, it's like the action is really slow, and I don't know if it picks up or what, but from what I saw, the action seemed a lot slower paced. So I'm definitely going to check it out and hopefully get some content for you guys if they ever release the thing. I mean, like I said, D3 beta is just around the corner, so get it together, Relic. So I have a quick question for you guys. I was looking through the demographics of my audience because, YouTube has if you've ever put up a video on YouTube, you can go check out the statistics on it and see, like, okay, what age groups are watching, like, what's the female to male ratio. And I found the majority of my audience is like 40% of my audience is males from 24, 25 to 30 something, which I thought was awesome. I mean, it's cool to have this mature audience to speak to, and I know that's going to change when D3 hits. I know a lot younger people are going to get into it, but for the time being, it's cool to have like a mature audience. And I have nothing against younger people. I was a younger person at some point, obviously. So it's just, when I go and look at like Swifty's stream, if you guys know who Swifty is, he does World of Warcraft stuff, and you look at the chat going on, and it's just a lot of people being people on the internet, and we know how that goes. So I had a question for you guys, which is, did you guys ever play World of Warcraft, or do you currently? And same with StarCraft. So did you ever play StarCraft 1, or do you play StarCraft 2 currently? I'm just curious if you guys are Blizzard fanboys like myself, or if you never checked those games out, why? I'm kind of curious. And as I part, I leave you with a documentary of Bungie. I saw this recently, and I thought you guys might be interested. If you're anything like me, and you like the sort of drama of the game development cycle, and how games are made, and like what's going on with the company and all that. Bungie released an hour-long documentary, which I found really interesting. I found it highly entertaining. So if you guys want an hour to kill and you're way into that stuff, go check it out. Links in the description. That's it for me. Wrapping up the episode. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.